Hi, everyone. Hope you're having a great week. I want to ask you a question. I want to talk about awareness today, but let me start off by asking you a question. What's your front door look like? Where you live? What color is the door? Does it open from the left or the right? Does it have windows? And are they little windows up high? Is it one big window? If it's one big window, or is the glass beveled so at night when light hits it, it gives off like color like a prism? What about the refrigerator in your kitchen? Is it stainless steel, white, black, a different color? How many doors does it have? Two, three, four? Top, bottom, left, right? If I asked you about the vehicle you drive, is it a truck? Is it a car? Two doors? Four doors? What color is it? Is it two-tone? How about the interior? What color is that? You see, we think in imagery, and to be aware of something, you have to physically picture it. If I ask you a question like that. So what happened was you went to your front door. You were mentally standing in front of your front door, looking at it, and maybe for the first time really thinking about it, going, it opens from the left, but gosh, I don't know if it has two windows or three. I never really looked that close. You might see it every day, but you're not aware. You went into your kitchen and you mentally saw the image of your fridge. And you had to think about it. Yeah, it's got three drawers. One at the bottom is the freezer, and then the two on top open side by side. And it's stainless steel. But you had to stand there in front of it and think about it. Or you may have stood there and went, gosh, I don't know. Maybe it's got four drawers. I'm not even sure. You use it every day, you see it every day, but you're not aware of it. Same with your vehicle you drive. You get in it every day, most likely. You go somewhere, work or the store or somewhere. It's a truck, it's a car, it's midnight blue with a beige interior, it's automatic, it's got four doors. But you see, we have to go there mentally and see it. And that's what awareness is being aware of the situations around you. Many people will say, I'm not getting the results I want. And things just always seem to happen to me. Circumstances come up, my boss is holding me back, my spouse is holding me back, finances are holding me back, situations always come up, and it seems like I always fall short of my goals and dreams. That's not really true that you can blame it on that. It's all under your control. You see, we have five sensory perceptions of information pouring into our brains at every moment of every day. We have the sense of touch, taste, smell, sight, and hearing. Let's just take sight as one example. Research says that if you look out a window and take a 1-second snapshot, boom, of what you saw, that over 10 million bits of information were processed through your brain. 10 million bits. What do we consciously see and actually process is about 40 bits. 40 bits out of 10 million. Where does the other 9,999,060 bits go? Drop down into our subconscious mind. You ever driven home from work? You have a commute of about 30 minutes. You get in the car. Maybe you got on the phone, maybe you didn't. Maybe you listened to music, maybe you didn't. Or were just alone in your thoughts. But the next thing you know, you're pulling in the driveway. And you stop and go, wow, I drove all the way home. I don't even remember the drive. But you made every turn. You stopped at every stoplight, stop sign, hopefully you did. You engaged in traffic, but you unconsciously did it because of the repetition of doing it over and over again. You see, that's how we change results. We have to change the thoughts that we're having and the repetition of those thoughts. We have to displace the negative with positive. And it's through the conscious effort and through the observation of the things we see, the conditions and circumstances around us, that we begin to impact those thoughts. Those thoughts drop into our subconscious mind. They turn into our body as feelings and actions, which comes out as results. You can change your results, and don't let anybody tell you can't. And don't allow circumstances or situations or conditions to dictate that. You control your situations, your circumstances, and your conditions. You make the decision consciously of what you want to do. You know, Bob Proctor was a mentor of mine. I studied under Bob and still do to this day, every day. And Bob said, if you took a baby out of New York City and put that baby in Beijing, China, that would grow up to be a child that's fluent in Chinese and knows nothing of the English language. Conversely, if you took a baby out of Beijing, China, and put that baby in a suburb of New York City, that baby would grow up fluent in English, knowing nothing of the Chinese language. It's the situations, circumstances, and conditions around us. The baby is like a human sponge, so those five sensories and all this data and information being fed to it, at 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, a year, a baby doesn't have the ability to reason or think or make decisions. They're just a human sponge absorbing everything coming in. That's how they learn the language that they are being spoken to in. That's why some children grow up with dual languages. There's a lot of people here in Florida that speak Spanish and English. They're influenced by both languages. They don't think nothing of it to be 5 years old and fluent in Spanish and fluent in English. We went on a trip recently down to Curacao in Aruba. They speak a language down there called Papiamento. Papiamento is comprised of 5 or 6 different languages. And in a dialogue, you could use a word from any one of those languages. Therefore, by the time most children get into the school age years of elementary school, they're fluent in 5 or 6 languages because they need to know all of them to speak Papiamento. So we're not limited by what we can do. We're limited by what we allow ourselves to be able to do. Open your mind. Open your awareness. Be observant of the things around you. Be observant of your reaction to things. If you have a negative reaction to traffic, if you have a negative reaction to small things that happen around you, you can control that. You can change that by being observant, stopping yourself before you react. So think about that the next time. If I ask you right now, what's the mirror look like in your bedroom, in your bathroom, in your bedroom? You're probably standing there going, man, I think it's square. I think it's an oval, but I don't know if it's portrait oval or landscape oval. What kind of frame's around it? Is it metal? Is it wood? Does it have a frame? I'll bet you're standing there, sitting there right now thinking, I don't even know. Your awareness. That's why when you went to the front door and described it to me, you saw it in imagery. It was in the picture of what it looks like. You probably, for the first time, thought, I see that door every day. Now, honestly, I can't tell if it's got 2 or 3 windows. But I know it opens from the left or the right. I know it's red, black, blue, whatever color it might be. I know my fridge, but, now that you ask me, I don't know if it's got 3 drawers or 4. I never really thought about it. But you open it up every day. You're not aware. Same thing with your vehicle. You get into it and you drive it somewhere every day. But if I ask you about the color and this, how many doors and everything about it, you have to stop and think about it. You have to mentally see it in front of you. So be aware of what's around you. Be observant. Don't let situations, conditions, or circumstances control the outcome of the results you want. You're in control. Until next time, have a great week.